Comrades, Turkey needs us in this hour. We are at war, of course, with Mashriq, and we must continue and finish it quickly. So, there's so much happening now, comrades, that we are number one. You know, that's the thing. Your responsibilities as the world's leader never end. Of course, there is one more hurdle to our leadership here in the world, and that is to get into the United Nations Security Council. You know, once we do that, then I'll really consider us to be a great power. Until then, we are, of course, the most prestigious, so on that level we have no equivalent, but I still don't feel as if we are really a great power because we don't have a say when it comes to these voting efforts. So let's have a look. How long is it going to take for us to get into that exclusive club there? Let's look at GDP size. We are 12 already. Fantastic, comrades. Which means when the next lot of members for the UN Security Council are selected, we will automatically be included. Just behind China. Can this be true? China People's Republic. We have a GDP that's almost equivalent to that of China. Well, comrades, what an interesting turn of events. I think there was actually a comment on that sort of thing there about China not performing very well in this campaign, and that does seem to be the case actually. We're almost really about to surpass it. Good grief, I wonder what happened there. Some sort of social upheaval or something. So let's look, when is the next cadence, as they call it? That is the 27th of May of next year. So it's a little under a year. So we just have to be a little bit patient, comrades. Even the US has fallen to, what is this, 5th place now? So how the mighty have fallen. Good grief, Germany is on top when it comes to GDP. It might be quite a struggle for us to surpass that, but of course we will try. Now let's close this and have a look. What else is going on here? So we are busy with the green economy, of course, and with the spy rings at last. Good grief, our spies have been terrible in this campaign. It's only in the last episode that we've really managed to get some success with them. Now, let's have a look. In terms of that also, we are busy supporting the rioters in the US. We have 7 days left for that to come through. Now, that means we will have to be working on 2 fronts now, because that, if it succeeds, of course, which is not a guarantee, that will put us in charge of the rebellion, essentially. So it is going to lose, of course, but we've looked at that in the last episode, their statistics in terms of their strength there. But the real issue here is it's weakening the US, and that is why I want to get involved. Of course, we failed with Russia, I think. So again, it just brings them down a little bit. Now, I think we can continue from that. We still have a very high warmonger level, but at this point, I have absolutely no fear at all. No one here is going to be bothering us because they all have their own problems. So, continue. Let's go back to Mashriq. We're fighting in Damascus and we captured the roads. Let's take the airfields. Let's bring order to this land of chaos. And there was a complete success in the US, so let's pause there. Okay, our spies seem to be redeeming themselves. Now, what do we do here? Let's have a look at the numbers. Good grief, we have 100 infantry now that we're supporting versus 62. 21 tanks versus 38 and 26 versus 44 aircraft. So on the field of infantry, we are certainly on the winning side, it would seem. But you see the scores there, 8-3 and 2 compared to 11-5 and 4. I'm not sure, comrades. I don't think this will succeed. But like I said, that doesn't really matter. And we're already down 43%. So let's send some support. This will be 1280 and 240. We can afford that and do it. Failure. Oh, good grief. We couldn't form more rebel units. Let's try and secure the front for what it's worth. Hey, okay, stop again. So we're going to have to switch back and forth between these two fronts now. We just had another success here. So let's try and secure air supremacy. Of course, that's important in any conflict. Go back to the running war in the US. And we lost. Okay, so is there anything we could do? Maybe supply lines capture? That's not very deadly, and there seems to be a high chance at least, but with these sorts of things we know there's no real high chance at all. Goodness gracious, we really are making progress against Mashriq. Capture cities. Of course, I'm not complaining there. It just shows the contrast between our level and those of the rebels in the US. So they're ambushing now. That puts them in a slightly stronger position because of the attack modifiers. That probably means we'll fail again. But let's try. Otherwise, I think the best thing would be to just put these rebels into a defensive posture and hope for the best. This one seems to be fluctuating a bit more. There's, well, the green is bad. Green is the US side, so we lost that again. No, I think we have to go into a defensive posture. Let's see, what can we do? Ambush or elastic defense? I still struggle picking between them. Ambush actions give us more infantry modifiers, and our infantry we know is very bad. Also more for the tanks. Elastic defense focuses more on the aircraft and the tanks, so I think we'll do ambush actions. And then I'm going to leave them. We have more pressing concerns for our home territory. There, we lost another one. Oh well. This one we won. This is the one that really matters. Let's try and take the supply lines. So it's interesting to see how these big powers have really become so destabilized, or I don't know what's happening. China is fighting two wars. Good grief, did I not even see that? Pakistan and Thailand. China and Thailand. What an interesting combination there for a war. Look at China, 6 ships versus 8, 17 versus 26 aircraft, 12, 31, 24, 59. Looks like Thailand is going to win that based on numbers, but now again we're not seeing the stats for the soldiers and so on. Okay, well, interesting, but I think we should just focus there again. I see Britain is not producing any money for us. Actually, let's try and... No, we still have to remove them. We still have to remove them even if we sabotage them. So kick them out. That's another Brexit for you. And then try to sabotage their stock market in the city of London. Of course, I've been to that stock exchange. Let's see. Where's that now? Slander the stock exchange. That's very cheap relatively. So I think let's do this. Continue. Also, what I should do now, let's pause because this is quite momentous, comrades. On the 13th of September 2063, we are paying back all the debt. Pay the debt, all of it. It's done, comrades. Turkey is a debt-free country at long last. Good grief, I honestly had my doubts that we'd ever see this day, but you know, there we are. Good grief. It shows you can turn things around. Let's just have a look at the GDP growth again. The taxes, could we afford to lower them a little bit more? I think we should actually. We can go a bit lower. Let's just keep an eye on our income there. 14 seems to be the lowest, and that still gives us a very decent income. And you can see it gives now 0.05% extra boost to the GDP growth. I think we'll do that. Comrades, our people have been paying through their ears for years and years. I think it's time for them to have a tax break. So, there you go. Repay your debts. Yay, we even get rewarded for doing that. Good grief, I remember when I said that's going to take such a long time, and there we go. It didn't take that long at all. Let's see if we get another task. just finish this conflict as well. This should go quick. And there's another loss in the US. Let's just see, there's 3 more units coming from Iran there. And 1 more, the final offensive, and that should be it. Then we need to just have a look at our military again. See if we need to replace anything. Can we do something about this Greek island issue? Spies from Germany! Well, this shows you, comrades, how much we've improved. That we can actually catch German spies now. Good grief. Let's pause for a second. Okay, there we go. Now we have the spy rings as well. So now they really have some skill, I would hope. Let's just pause because I'm trying to see what we can do about the separatist thing here. There's no option to calm it down, but now there's no option to assimilate them either. Even though that option was there and I did select it 2 videos ago. I think it was two episodes ago. Well, we'll just have to live with that, comrades. That's now inevitable, unfortunately. Oh well, not an issue. So let's see, what else do we need to research? We also have a new task, and that is our country could use some general... Oh no, they want to do the army state again. I don't want to go that way. That is because it's actually going to reduce our attack modifiers. Now, of course, we could argue that we can offset that with various ad hoc projects, but I don't want to do that. No, this is not the task for me. I'm sorry. Resign it. It's 10 prestige, but we can make that up again. Let's see. Wait, let's see if there's any other task. The universal social care. Oh, that brings more interventionism by 3 though. And that leads to socialist heaven. No, I don't think so. No, this is not the way to go. What about microchips? Oh, good grief. I'm saying we can't give social care to our people, but we can implant them with microchips. No, I think we don't need that. What else could we do? This is much better, comrades. Let's go for the universal academic education. That brings unhappiness down and it increases our human development index. Plus we can afford it without having to take out any debt. There is a bit of a maintenance cost to that, but I think this is worth it. Higher education is commonly available to everyone without any payment. This is of course a big debate here in South Africa. And we are moving towards free higher education now. But, let's do that for Turkey as well. So, carry on. Let's finish this war in Syria. Okay, no, that one doesn't matter. That's in the US again. Maybe we can give them some more support. I'm not sure if it will make any difference. In fact, I think it won't. But maybe it can weaken the US a bit further. New units have been dispatched. Good. Actually, comrades, but now... Maybe I'm working a bit against myself here. An idea just jumped into my mind. The US is now preoccupied with this massive rebellion. They're still hanging on at 43%. I'm thinking if we can... Oh, good grief. This might be a very bad idea. But if we can wrap up the conflict in Syria, could we not send some troops over to the US? Not to conquer anything, you know. Maybe just to change their government or some other penalty. What do you think? I wish I could get some feedback on this. Actually, let's finish the fight first and then see how things are going in the US, because they have to now fight on 2 fronts. If they abandon the rebel side, the rebels will overwhelm them. If they don't fight against us, then we will overwhelm them. And we still have a debt to pay because of their invasion of Turkey many, many decades ago. Oh, good grief, Denmark just joined them. Well, hopefully that won't be too much of a help. The military conflict with Mashriq is over, and we have the green economy, so 2 great pieces of news there. Let's grab, what is it that we want again? Latakia, I think. We could also liberate some provinces. Not sure if that's the way to go. No, I want to acquire a province. Thank you. We do have a core on Latakia. We do have enough war score. I didn't even have to go to 100 war score, actually. Maybe we could also liberate this part here, Damascus. That's too much, though. That's more than 100. No, that was not really the point. Just say cancel. Okay, grab that. It's done, comrades. Of course, the warmonger level has now gone through the roof here, and it's going to go even higher if we attack the US. But then again, who's going to stop us? I should probably not be so reckless, though. But yes, we have Latakia, so let's see, can we do anything here? Looks like I can't assimilate them. This must have something to do with a particular version of the game that I'm using. I'll do an experiment after this video, comrades. I'll go back to the newest version of the game and just see if we can load up this save again. If I can't, then we'll just have to live with it, because unfortunately the newest version, when it came out now, I couldn't play it with this Turkish save. It was not compatible. Oh well, we'll have a look at this. Now, what do we have to do? We have to make a choice. Let's see, what's happening in the US now? Still 43. Ambush, ambush. So they're just holding the line at the moment. Oh, good grief. How many transports do we have? Only 2, and there's no possibility of getting more. So there is the risk of getting stuck again in the US. You see, it's all the way over there. I wish there was a transport option here in the imports tree. That would really make a difference, because right now we can't do anything there. Okay, let's first assign our new project. That's the most important thing. Let's just see, is there anything else we have to do? The Combat Tactics Center. Let's focus on that. This is good. This will get us more militarism, and it is an institution devoted to the development of tactical combat theories. So it will strengthen our troops. I think we need this. Activate it, so we can finish all our tasks. Now, let's invade the US, comrades. We have no, of course, legitimate reason for doing so other than having a vengeance or a vendetta against them. But I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. No, wait, hold on. Let's just be smart about this. We're still talking about the US. Let's see if we can weaken them first. Let's try and do some army morale loss. This will help both the rebels and us if we decide to attack. And we can afford it. It'll take 90 days. So let's see what happens there first. Let's not be too hasty. So we have a new task, and that has the request here to reduce our warmonger rating to 0. That will happen eventually, so I like that task. Cuba joined the bloc of Mexico. There's unhappiness in Latakia. Now this is why, this explains the whole thing. It's because this is an older version of the game. Hey, the British Stock Exchange, the City of London, has collapsed, so we can invite them back. We'll of course be all coy about it and say, oh, we heard the terrible news. Would you like to come back, of course? And then they'll be all happy that they just have another avenue for trading their stocks. But of course, we're the ones responsible. But they didn't catch us. So, let's see, Mashriq is bankrupt. Good. That will significantly weaken them for a long time. We lost that one, so the rebels are not making any progress, but they're also not losing ground. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I can't pay to calm down anyone. Let's see. Come on, spies. Now you need to do your thing. Now you need to not fail. There, now I need to pay. Oh, it's cheap. It's not a problem. Let's go back to the plain map. Peace between Pakistan and China. I'm wondering what happened there. Not seeing territorial changes. China seems to be slightly winning against Thailand. Come on, success. Okay, forget that, come on. Oh man, the FBI or the CIA caught us there. Our reputation suffered. How long until these projects are done? 78 days. Then I'm going to institute one of the ad hoc missions to improve our military, and I'm going to attack them. I think that's the way to go. Let's start bringing in some extra troops. We'll need them. Let's do this, comrades. If we don't push the envelope, then we're leaving room for our enemies to grow. I don't know if the Navy is again going to play any role here whatsoever, but we can pretend they'll help the transport survive. And let's do this, because I don't want to have the rebels be destroyed first. So, diplomacy and war, that's it. So they have only Greece and Denmark to help them. Of course, Greece is our enemy anyway. I don't mind that. We're gonna beat them. Yes, they have many units, but so far they have been absolutely terrible against the rebels. That gives me sort of hope. Let's try. This, of course, is also a way for Iran to settle old scores with the US, I guess. Start and go. Oh, good grief. Let's hope I didn't mess things up here. Let's try to secure a front somewhere in the US. Hey, this is it, comrades. So we won against the US on the rebel front there. Aha, you see, they have to split their forces. That means we now have a real chance here. You can tell they have a technological advantage. I'm just hoping, because now you see we're holding them. Soon I'll be able to begin researching that advantage there, the great offensive and all of those things. Okay, we lose that. That's fine. It's not an issue. Not gonna panic. Let's try and capture their supply lines. That might give us a slight edge there. Come on, Iran. Now I need you to play ball. If not now, then when? The last thing I want is for the US to get a foothold in our territory. Okay, there we have a victory now again, but this is because they failed with their infiltration. We also have more infantry, so let's assign everything there. Let's help the rebels again. New units dispatched. Oh, the US doesn't know what's going on. There's the Combat Tactics Center, and we also have the task now completed. Good, let's pause immediately and go for the ad hoc action. No step back. Shall we do this one first or the Great Offensive? Let's just compare them. Militarism and all that I'm not too concerned about. It's really just the unit attack modifier. Although the militarism helps us to recruit more troops at the moment. Let's go for the Great Offensive first. This one doesn't have unhappiness attached to it. And we certainly can afford this. Do it as quickly as possible. So that's the rebel front again. Air supremacy against the US, so they actually failed again. That's good. That's very heartening. Come on, where's the troops? We've been selected to join the UN Security Council. Oh, comrades, how the world has changed. While we're invading the US, we're actually invited into the Security Council. Now, let's try and get rid of this project. What was it? The anti-warmonger thing? because that's the only sword that's hanging over our heads. Let's try and revoke this. Oh, good grief, we're the only ones supporting it. Doesn't look like I can lobby either. Oh well, we'll just put it out there. They can consider it. Come on, supply lines. So close. Total domination. I like that, comrades. I like the sound of that. Okay, we have again beaten them back there. Let's have a look at this total domination. Show your strength. Reach at least 18 militarism. What do we have at the moment? 16. We're on the way, comrades. We'll have it soon. The world is not enough. Close and continue. Next, UN members have been selected. Of course, that was us. I don't know what other changes there were. Great offensive. Now we're gonna kick some backside. I hope. We won again against them trying their air supremacy, and we got the supply lines. Good, this is starting to look favorable, comrades. Now, is there anything else that looks good here? This is very troublesome. Let's try the breakthrough. That's a good one. This is really getting through their front line. Every few years, so this is the next projection, we are still in the lead and we are widening the gap between us and Germany at last. So comrades, that was excellent feedback to try some spy actions against the Germans. Let's actually try some more. Let's slander their stock exchange again. Then we also have a free slot still. I have to now not let this stand empty. We need the no step back as well. Do it! Where's my troops, for goodness sake? Bring them, where are they? They gave up their operation. What's happening on the rebel front? There has been no progress by the American side, so that's good. The rebels now are just there to hold them, to keep them busy. We've managed to catch the CIA. Oh, good grief, comrades. It's a glorious day for Turkey. Even the CIA falls before us. Come on, breakthrough, and we have done it. So let's have a look at what's a good option now. We're 16% up on the US. That is good. If we win here, it finishes them permanently. I don't want to conquer them. I just want to completely obliterate any chance that they will be a risk to us in score. I know they are already out of the picture because of their bankruptcy, but I really want to push my luck here. What can we do about this? Airstrike, armor destruction. It's going to take a long time to get rid of that many units of armor. But the rest of it is all equal or low. We're still waiting for the no step back, of course. Let's try the guard posts. That has a low deadliness, so it's not going to be too much of a risk for us if we lose. Then we also have an unused stock slot and another. There, show your strength. Total domination. That's the episode name, comrades. This is how I get my inspiration. Now, let's have a look. So many things we have to juggle. Of course, we need somebody in the stock exchange. We need money here. Why do we have another empty slot? Oh, I guess the Americans. Were they in our stock market? Oh, I really should keep track of these things, but anyway. Can I not get the British back? Did they now start another stock exchange? India. India is a good option. Oh, look at that money, comrades. Good grief, yes, that is the way to go. They are now our #1 member. And then, I'm not sure if we could invite somebody else yet, but let's try. Oh, the irony of asking the US to join. But we have no slots, so that's not going to work. Okay, no, that is a false alarm. Cancel and the message will still come up there. Now, What's the next task? Anything else here? Just reduce and the social care. I'm gonna resign the social care, comrades. We'll see what else they offer and then I'll choose the next research project. This should only take a day or two. Block of China is destroyed. So did they lose against Thailand? No, the war is still going on. Okay. Stock exchange opened by Finland. No one is voting for us in the UN Security Council. Come on. We lost there. They destroyed some of our armor. But we have... No, we don't have any more there, but it's already there. Brazil attacked us. Oh my golly. This is not good, comrades. This is the same exact thing that happened with the South African campaign. When we started getting aggressive, Brazil attacked us. I think it was right at the very end, the last episode. Now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. This is now because of the warmonger thing. Now we have a problem. We only have 6 tanks. Oh, the irony. Okay, well, we'll use them. Let's see. We're going to get some aircraft soon, but I need more infantry and so on. All I want to do is hold the line against them. That's all. I don't want to do anything else. I'll just put them on ambush. Heavy war losses. Okay, stop. They are already just ambushing, but look at their numbers. No, we're going to ambush. Breakthrough has a very high chance. That's interesting. It's because of the tanks. You only need tanks for that. Let's do it then. And then I'll put them on the defensive. Oh, so many things happening here. 3 days to get more support for the rebels, and I have to focus on the research. Let's just get the support. We couldn't get any more. And the task, import infrastructure. I don't need to import anything, sorry. Although I could have done that and just not imported anything. Oh well. Comrades, I'm going to end off on this note. This is a very interesting time for us. Unfortunately, now the Brazilians have decided to get a bit arrogant here and attack us to try and humble us, but I will not be humbled. Istanbul does not get humbled, and Ankara does not get humbled, and any other major cities of Turkey that I can't think the name of right now will not be humbled. So, we're going to beat the US, comrades. We're going to do it because we have the rebels to help us. I don't care what they stand for. They're just there to keep the American forces occupied. You see, they still have to commit a large force there. So, that's it for this episode. Total domination, comrades. This is what it's like. But we will celebrate. Do not fear. We will celebrate. I'll just do an experiment with the versions of the game again to see if we can fix this whole issue here. But if not, we'll just have to live with it for the rest of this campaign. So, yes, anyway, if you have a suggestion actually about that, do let me know. But that's it for today. Have a fantastic day, comrades, and see you next time.